Hey guys, what's going on? Dream Reaver 23 here. It is the end of another day. Today is Thursday, and we're on our drive home, enjoying our nice, lovely drive home. But I had a thought occurred to me. I was listening to a program on the BBC, and they were talking about fakes, remakes and stuff like that of great pieces of art, the Van Goghs and the other ones that I don't know, Picasso, stuff like that. And they were talking about all of these artists that go through and they make reproductions of it, right? So they make these reproductions that are like spot on, perfect looking, identical, and can't really be discerned against except for by like art historians and people that are really know what they're talking about when it comes to art and paintings and stuff like that. And it got me to wondering, like, I personally, if I saw a beautiful painting of a Picasso, and I just love the painting of it, I would buy a fake painting of it because I can't afford a real Picasso. I don't have the tens of millions of dollars for a real Picasso, but for something that's like, $1,000 or something like that for a exact replica of it that was hand painted and everything like that, I would do that. And it got me kind of thinking to the point that in today's era, in today's modern age, it's really hard to find things that are truly original. I mean, if you think about movies, right? So many movies are just kind of like remade scripts, or, we change the names and the locations, but I mean, pretty much it has the same ebb and flow, the same through line. It's generally just a remake of previous movies, in my opinion. The same thing you see with a lot of games is like most games kind of have the same order, the same follow through, and whenever you play the games, I mean, it kind of has the same feeling, and so that's one of the reasons why I get kind of burnt out on games quickly. Like if I'm playing a sort of the same genre of game, because they all seem to kind of follow in that same set of suits. And even music is has so many reproductions, and starting to see so many different artists and stuff like that that are coming out and making new music and everything like that, but they're getting called back in for saying, well, your sound sounds like this one. So I mean, it's kind of getting to that point in time where everything's a sample, right? Even if you go through and you paint something, you took inspiration from this other painting over here. Or if you make a new song, well, I mean, all the songs and chords and progressions of the chords and how they play in certain ways has really been done up to this point in time. It's hard to create something that's completely original, because we live in an era where people are like, I should make that. And if you look on anything, if you're like, I have this idea for this certain thing, I guarantee you there's already patent for it, or there's already something that's been done that's like 99% the same. What makes yours original? If 99% of it is the same, does that 1% make it original? And is it original? Is it original enough to be considered an original? If you guys have been following this channel for a while, I have a lot of parodies that I've done for Minecraft, for Diablo, for Call of Duty. I mean, different games I made parodies for. And a lot of people say, you have your people that love them. They just want to hear something about the game that they love with their favorite songs or something like that. Or maybe take it in a way that they didn't ever think of. Something along those lines. But I also get a lot of people that are like, just make your own music. Make original stuff. Why do you have to go and copy everybody else? And I have, 3 albums of original music. But I have a lot of fun figuring out how they made that sound or brought this song together to get this feeling. Like, I like that. It's like a challenge. It's like, find out what puzzle pieces match or whatever. And I like that. I also like taking something that's out there and kind of completely changing it and making it about a totally different subject. I find that interesting and fun. And there's also the third part, that if you want to go and do this and spend all the time going through and reproducing and recreating and making the music for and rewriting the lyrics for and everything like that, you want to be able to go through and show that work off and be able to share it with people, whether it's through them streaming the song on like Spotify and stuff like that, or whatever it is, seeing the videos on YouTube. I like being able to share that with people. And people have responded really well, for the most part, to the parodies and stuff that I've done. But to those that say, why don't you make something original, there's that second part to that that says, if I go through and make original music, I am a very small one person that it takes forever to kind of get the word out about that one song. And it's a very slow growing process. I have original music and stuff that I've put up on one of my other channels, and even some on this channel, that have been up on the channel for 4 or 5, 6 years and might have 1,000 views on it because they're just not searched for. People aren't actively searching for a song that they've never heard of. But whenever you do something like a parody, it comes in and you have a kind of a built-in audience. If you do a parody of a One Direction song, there's a lot of people that are looking for One Direction songs or One Direction parody, and people kind of inherently in this day and age look for parody of this song, parody of Justin Bieber, I'm Sorry. I mean, there are people that are going to look for that on YouTube. So if you do a parody of Justin Bieber's I'm Sorry, then you're going to have an audience already built into it, and they're going to be able to go through and find that song, and also possibly look for other songs that you've done parodies of, if you've done other parodies. So there is that benefit to it. More of the question that I have is that with all of the work that you've done into it, if you've gone through and remade all the music, remade all the tracks yourself with your own instruments and stuff like that, I realize that you didn't come up with those songs or the melodies and stuff like that, but with all the work that you put into it, and making it transformative in nature by going through and changing the lyrics, changing maybe the feel of the song a little bit, making it a little bit darker, making it a little bit happier, making it about something goofy or silly. There's always a fight and argument on YouTube about fair use and like what kind of qualifies as fair use, and it's always been a spot of bother for me because some songs I've put 80 or 90 hours into recreating and changing up things to where it doesn't match exactly and all this other stuff, and it comes up as like, nope, copyright and fair use, can't do anything. And I'm like, it's transformative in nature. It falls under the legal representation for fair use. And beyond that, a lot of work went into this to go through and create this product. I don't know what the question fully is. I know that there was somebody that originally created it. And I also know that what I'm doing with the part that I put out is not completely original, but there is originality into it. Like, at what point in time do you go through and say this is truly original in this day and age? Because it's going to get to a point to where nothing at all is original anymore. Everything will have been done. Music-wise, we can go through and start to say that, yeah, everything is starting to become a sample of or a remake of, because this chord progression matches this chord progression from 30 years ago. Well, you can't do much with it. There's only so many chords, there's only so many notes, there's only so many ways you can tie these notes together. And with nearly, 7.5, 8 billion people in the world, you're gonna run into stuff to where it's gonna happen again. It's mathematical. It's just gonna happen. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about that and get your guys' opinion. I actually remember reading an article the other day about a guy that made a computer program that basically would go through, watch a movie, save it all apart with its little intelligence or whatever, and then recreate it with just how it kind of like saw the movie and how it depicts the different scenes apart. And so it recreated it, and it matched copyright on YouTube. They uploaded it onto YouTube and it matched copyright and said, hey, no, you can't do this. This is this movie, this is this work. But it wasn't. It was actually a recreation by the computer based on the analysis of what it saw. So it kind of runs into that gray area of that it's a completely original work. Well, the same argument could be said about a song, right? I'm not making the original work anymore. I'm making my interpretation of it, what I hear. It might sound almost identical in spots, but it's not. So where does that argument stay, and where does it lie? Where does it start and end? I don't know. just random weird thoughts. I was thinking about this today after looking back at that one article again, and I'm like, okay, there's that. And then the BBC broadcast came on, and they were talking about that as well with like Rembrandts and Picassos and stuff like that, about these people that go through and recreate these. And it made me just think, is like, where do we draw the line? If I can find that article, I'll link it down in the description below. It was a really, really cool idea. But if that computer program can go through and remake this movie as to what it remembers seeing, like how it placed it and how it sees it, and it looks different, like it looks a lot different and everything like that, or it looks different enough. You can tell kind of what's going on, but it looks different. Well, if it can do that, and that can go through and qualify under fair use, then what's the difference between what I hear? Like if I hear Justin Bieber's I'm Sorry, and I do my interpretation of it and replay that one, why is that any different from me versus the computer? Where does that difference lie? So I want to get your guys' opinion on it, and also just like, what have you guys been playing lately? Have you guys been playing any cool games? I would like to start doing something with like reading emails and like responses and stuff like that, and being able to respond to them on the videos. So if you guys, have something that you want me to respond to, private message it to me on YouTube, doing the little inbox message thing, and I will post that up there. You can also, hit me up on Twitter at DreamReaver23, Instagram at DreamReaver23, same on everything. So I think that's gonna wrap it up for this time, guys. Though I do want you to, I want to hear what your thoughts are down in the comments below. I know this has kind of been a longer one with just kind of ranting, straight up talking the whole time, but I really want to know what your guys' thoughts are on things that come along to copyrights, and what the delineation is. Where does the line start and end? And like I said, check the description. I'm gonna post a link to that article about the computer. So that's gonna wrap it up this time, guys. Until next time, I'm DreamReaver23 reminding you to game happy. I will have family in town, so I don't know how much I'll be streaming this weekend and this evening. So yep. I will see you all later. Bye, guys.